Last month we did 37.5K and looking to scale from there.
Whereabouts was you at around that time, about 3-4 months ago, revenue-wise?
Around 7.5 to 10K. And one of the things that I did learn through your program as well was just, if you're not receiving that many objections when you're pitching the price, chances are you're pricing it too low.
Kevin, welcome in, my friend. How you doing today?
Doing great. What about you?
Very, very good. So revenue-wise, where are you at right now? If you just want to give everyone a high-level overview of what kind of business you run, because you're a bit of a special snowflake in the program. You don't run the traditional agency as per se.
Yeah, so we're doing voice AI implementations, primarily outbound lead generation for businesses, so helping them call, qualify, and book more appointments onto their calendar. We also do some inbound and some custom solutions, but all in all, it all revolves around voice AI. Last month we did 37.5K and looking to scale from there.
37.5K. So run me through, because I know we were just having a conversation about, you being in a situation where you haven't had to run ads, which is great. It's like an ideal scenario where people are coming to you. Where was you at? I believe you joined Launch and Land about, 3 or 4 months ago?
About 4 months
Yeah.
ago.
Whereabouts was you at around that time, about 3-4 months ago, revenue-wise?
It varied. I'd say recurring though, we were at around 7.5 to 10K.
Got you. And what were the biggest revenue-driven actions that you took over the last 4 months to 4x the business?
Definitely all of the tracking systems that you provide. So just being able to really quantify the results that we're bringing in to our clients. We had nothing of the sort prior to joining Launch and Land.
Got you. Tracking. And then what else? Because obviously there must have been something on the acquisition side that you did, made you fucking blow up and get more people coming in.
We've been consistent with content that allowed us to build a partnership with Retail AI. So they're one of the fastest growing AI startups right now in the world. So that really allowed us to scale and not have to really have a cost to acquire any of our clients, which has been great.
Huge. And I know we were just speaking about how fucking busy your calendar is as a result of that, which is a good problem to have, right? And then it comes down to how do we productize fulfillment, or how do we scale an unscalable fulfillment service as well? Would you say on the fulfillment side, it's fairly similar across the board for most clients, or do things differ very heavily?
I would say with enterprise clients, things tend to differ pretty heavily, but with a lot of mom and pop shops or smaller businesses like 50 and below, it tends to be pretty productized now. And we're just working on continuing to refine it and deliver faster.
And the main deliverable is just specifically building out the voice AI agent to handle leads they're already bringing in.
So it's a full system. There's a specific cadence. And it's not just voice, but it's also SMS and it's email. And so it's a full system that will continue to follow up over multiple days with a long-term nurture sequence as well.
And I guess, because I know we had this conversation about a month ago, I'm curious to know how you're solving that. How a lot of these projects will be coming in, it will be like a big done-for-you build-out on the front end, but there might not be as much MRR associated with that. How are you combating that problem?
We're raising prices, honestly. Our MRR has stayed more or less the same, and we've just increased the initial setup fee. And one of the things that I did learn through your program as well was just, if you're not receiving that many objections when you're pitching the price, chances are you're pricing it too low. Now we're starting to get a bit more objections, and we're still hitting our targets that we need to be hitting, but that's how we're combating that right now.
I'm curious to know, in terms of team structure, margin, what does that look like at the level you're at now, and how do you feel that's going to change as you get up to 6 figures a month? I know you obviously just made the jump from Launch and Land to license and scale, so we're going to get there 100%. What does that look like now, team-wise?
Team-wise, because our work is so custom, we have one CSM, and he's overseeing all our clients, but also helping train our developers, and we have 4 developers on the team, and 1 editor for the content.
Got you. Okay, and the editor's more done for your content to acquire clients.
Correct, yeah.
So the team's to be fair, it's pretty lean besides the developers, and that's more specifically for building out the voice AI agents for clients, custom work, all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Got you. What would you say, as of right now, the biggest thing is that's holding you back from getting to 6 figures a month?
I think we need to productize our solution more, and we need to essentially build hamburgers like McDonald's does. Just having a really repeatable process that we can rinse and repeat is what we need to focus on.
Right. So just same fulfillment for every client, same onboarding process for the most part, bar the big franchise clients, so you can scale fulfillment.
Yeah, because one of the things is that there's a lot of scope creep in the projects that we're doing. Because of that, we're also integrating with so many different CRMs at this point. It's hard to count, but that is one of the big issues. And so just choosing one CRM to integrate with and going deeper into that solution, as opposed to spreading far but not digging as deep.
It makes sense. When every client's on different shit, different onboarding processes, different tools they want to use, it's going to be a lot harder to scale that, because it's the onboarding is going to change for every client, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, I'm curious to know, so you're raising price on the front end, which is great. It's exactly what you want to do, right? Usually, rule of thumb is if close rate is above 25, 30%, upfront cash is above 40, you're getting too many yeses, you've got to be willing to take more no's to increase price and, in turn, make more money. On the back end, have you built out any back end Ascension or MRR process to keep the clients for longer, squeeze more juice?
Have not. No, I have not.
Okay.
It's been a natural upsell, I would say, because part of the reason we are bespoke, a lot of our clients kind of see us as the experts beyond voice AI as well. Recently, we had a pretty large contract right before end of this year, which was a CRM migration from Zoho over to High Level, so there are upsells, but they're more so natural and they're not actually built into our core offer right now.
Makes sense, yeah. So I know, like, and selfishly for me as well, when we get on the onboarding call, I know exactly what we need to go over now. So how do we productize the front end offer? How do we scale it through paid ads? How do we get you out of the sales process at scale? And then how do we build out the Ascension ladder? We need to know exactly what necessary steps the clients need to take. Okay, we build out the voice AI agent. What's the next natural problem that occurs? How do we solve that problem? How do we do that many times in a row so we can 3-4x the LTV? I guess besides that, man, so with you being in the program for 3 or 4 months, I know we spoke about the tracking, increasing price. Overall, what do you feel are the biggest things that have helped you get to 40K a month? Because obviously you were in Launch and Land, which is the main goal of that one is to get to like 0 to 20K. What were the main things that helped you?
I think one of the big revelations that I had this year, particularly towards the end of the year when I joined your program, was the content that I was consuming. I tend to, prior to this, listen to a lot of different content creators in the space or learn from a lot of different ones. And one of the changes that I've made is just doubling down on those that are providing a lot of value. So just going through your modules multiple times, because I find you pick up new things and it really embeds it into your subconscious as opposed to chasing the shiny object. It's just finding solutions that work and listening to people who have walked the path that you want to walk.
I think that's pretty much everything. Besides that, we'll do an updated one of these in a few months when we're at 100K, when you have the Subway sandwich fulfillment and your calendar isn't slammed with fucking sales calls.
Sounds good.
Awesome, man. Let's rock and roll. Appreciate it.